Can you hear me? How does the picture look? Oh.
Looking
Yes,
good,
we're good.
sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Tone. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another episode of the Man to Man Pod. I'm one half of the pod, Darius Butler. My co-host will be joining us shortly, Antoine Bethea. We got a lot to talk about on this beautiful Thursday, December 15th. Crazy. 10 days out. You see, I already got my Santa Claus fit on. 10 days out from Christmas already. And then obviously we got the new year, 2023 is here already. So if you are one of those New Year's resolution type people, I would suggest go ahead and get on it early, man. Go on to this 2023. That's crazy that I'm even saying that. 2023 with the right mindset, hitting it full speed. If it's something with the body, if it's something with the mind, anything, man, get on it now. You know what I mean? Obviously, the holidays, stressful time, a great time as well. A lot of us get to spend a little more time with our families and such. And then on the flip side of that, it also gets tougher for a lot of people that are going through some things or have gone through things. Obviously, we all have, but people deal with them differently. Yesterday, news of the Ellen's DJ, he went by Twitch. His passing, he took his life at 40 years old. And from all the people I knew, a lot of mutual people that knew him, a lot of people said the same things about him. Always looked happy, always brought joy to people. And those are the people that a lot of times, you don't check on or you don't think you should check on. Check on your people, man. Obviously, check on yourself as well. Do that mental wellness check because it's tough out here for everybody. Everybody's going through some shit. So it's tough, man. So like I said, check on your people, and this is the time of year. Obviously, it's a lot of great things, but it can be rough for some people as well. I'm sending good vibes from the pod, from myself. I'm here at the Thunderdome. We will be kicking off week 15 already in the NFL season, which is nuts. Week 15. So we only got a few weeks left of the regular season and then we right into these playoffs. Which is absolutely nuts. But we kick it off tonight with the NFC West matchup, the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. So we'll talk about that on the other side. Also going to talk about some Saturday games. We got some Saturday games. So we're going to make our picks for those 3 Saturday games because, as you know by now, we put out our Saturday pick show for the whole Sunday slate, which we will still do. But today we're going to pick those 3 Saturday games as well. Gonna pick which side we're on there. We got some other stuff to talk about as well. The parlays, man. The parlays, the Super Boost, FanDuel. This pod is presented by FanDuel Sportsbook, greatest sports book in the land. It's been rough though. It's been rough. It's been rough on your boy. It's been rough on the whole FanDuel family this football season, and I've dabbled. I'm in the basketball season as well. Had a nice one laid out, man. And if you roll with it, you feel you. Yeah. Every time, man. I feel like every time it's always one. But I'm gonna keep jumping in that batter's box, baby. You know what I mean? Ain't no quit on this side, baby. But we got a lot of other good stuff to talk about as well on the other side on this beautiful Thursday, December 15th. We'll catch you on the other side, the Man to Man Pod. Yo, we back. First and foremost, before I even get into the other stuff we're gonna talk about, yesterday hit a big shot on Pat McAfee show. Hope you got in on that potential giveaway, 10 winners, $500. You had to retweet the tweet. You had to say something nice to somebody. and you had to add your cash tag to give yourself a chance. Obviously, I know a lot of people, use that extra 500 right anytime, but especially right now, the holidays. If anything like me, you got to be Santa for some people. But hopefully, you get in there, give yourself a shot. And then before we move on to the football stuff, I got to talk about the same game parlay. I got to talk about this. I don't know if somebody's getting a call down at some point and just telling people, hey, if you got 8 rebounds on Darius Butler same game parlay, you just get 7 and chill. Just get 7 and chill because this is back to back now. DeAndre Ayton, probably about a month ago, had a 5-legger. And all the other legs hit. Ayton went into the fourth quarter with 7 boards. Last night, another 5-legger in the Knicks Bulls game. If we can throw that up, we had that Knicks Bulls game. So I had Zach LaVine score 20 points. Just drop a dub for me at home, Zach. Got it easy. Julius Randle for the Knicks, been on the tear, put the ball in the bucket. Drop a dub. Light work. I got you, D-Butt. DeRozan, 25. Do it in the sleep. Walking bucket. Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks. Glass eater. Got you, 8, D-Butt. Don't trip. Vucevic, early third quarter. My dog has 7. I'm like, oh, yeah, this going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be cake. 7 already? I got all this time? Watching the whole fourth quarter. Third quarter, fourth quarter, nothing. Nothing. Shoot an air ball right before as time expires in regulation. He got 7 boards still. Ooh. We're going to overtime. We got to know we got bonus time, baby. He definitely going to grab a board in bonus time. And he did not. And he did not. And, it's sports. It's gambling. That's why it's called gambling. This particular parlay was a plus 500, so you bet 100. You win 500 on the FanDuel Sportsbook. You can go ahead and throw them logos back up. But it's been tough. It's been tough out here. But we gonna keep fighting. And some people say, hey man, start making your bets a little more conservative. 5 legs, that's a lot. How about you? Nah. If I'm putting some shit together, it's gonna be at least plus 500. Because if I bet my money, I want to flip that thing. You feel me? But we move on, man. We deal with the pain and we move on. On to some good news. Last night with the fellas, the crew, when I got an early screening of Avatar, The Way of the Water, 3 hours plus. Great flick though. James Cameron did his thing. He did it. They spent a lot of money on that movie, and you can tell visually. Saw it in 3D. I haven't seen a movie in 3D. I think I saw the Batman in 3D. Maybe I feel like I saw that one in 3D, but I would suggest seeing it in 3D. It is a long time. Bring some Visine. It is a while. You might have to bloop, bloop, bloop at some point, but it was a great movie, man. And obviously, it's a tough crowd in here, and everybody, for the most part, in here gave it some great reviews. So Avatar, 15 years, I believe, between the first and the second one. And I think they got another one coming as well. But this one was dope. This was dope. Couple things, obviously, we'll have to talk about once you guys get out there and see it. I believe it hits theaters tonight. And officially Friday, but tonight you can go out and catch your first viewing. But great movie, worth the watch, worth the 3 hours. The Batman movie, which was however long it was, I felt like they could have cut a good 57 minutes off that thing. But this one was definitely worth it, man. And then obviously, so yeah, what else? What else did I do? What else? Yesterday was a vibe on the show. I hope y'all tune in actually every week. I come on Pat's show, especially Wednesdays. Wednesdays, I get a chance to do the Everything DB segment where we dive into some more specifics on the defensive side of the ball. And then obviously today we get Chuck P's Keys where he goes over the Thursday night football matchups. But the Everything DB stuff, you really get into different drops and not only what people are doing, sometimes why they're doing it. You see why big plays happen for the offense. And then on the flip side, you see why big plays happen on the defense as well. Before that, we actually had a chance to talk to Lou Anarumo, defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was a great conversation with him just to kind of get into that mindset of a defensive play caller in the NFL. We don't see a lot of them. We don't see a lot of their, interviews or them talking. You see a lot of coordinators and quarterbacks and stuff, and obviously head coaches, but to see D coordinators and hear their trains of thoughts, that was dope to have that conversation with Lou yesterday. And the Bengals, speaking of the Bengals, that's a team that for some reason keeps slipping my mind when I think about the top dogs over there in the AFC. I always somehow, some way forget to mention the Bengals. And that's on me. That's my bad. Obviously, the defending AFC champions have, I believe, Joe Burrow's 3-0 now at this point in his career against the Kansas City Chiefs. Most people will put the Kansas City Chiefs as the class of the AFC, rightfully so. They've earned that at this point. They've shown a little chink in their armor this year. Buffalo Bills, same thing. So you got the Bills over on the AFC side. You got the Chiefs over on the AFC side. You got the Bengals on the AFC side. And then you obviously got the Dolphins on the AFC side, who the Dolphins, a lot of people writing off the Dolphins now. A lot of people jumping off the Tua train. I am not one of those people. I'm still riding with the Tua and the Dolphins. I'm still in Tua 9. Had a rough couple weeks. All right. The defense has made some plays. He's been off. Got to get back on the same page with Hill and Waddle. And when those three are on the same page, it's a tough offense to stop. And then the defense got to play better. We've been banged up in the secondary all year long. Made that trade and then paid Bradley Chubb. That's got to start paying dividends, obviously. And then we got a big matchup, a big challenge this weekend with the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, Dolphins, going to be a huge matchup. At Saturday. So actually, we could throw that up. That's the first game we could talk about. Saturday, 8-5 Dolphins at the Bills, 10-3. Sitting at 10-3 right now. Bills are 7-point favorites. These teams have already faced off once. Bills dominated the time of possession. They dominated the ball. The first matchup couldn't really punch it in for points. Didn't score a lot of points. Dolphins ran, I believe, less than 40 offensive plays that first matchup. Jordan Poyer, all-pro safety for the Bills, did not play in the first matchup. The Bills are actually 9-0 when Jordan Poyer does play. Had a chance to talk to him yesterday as well. But 7-point line, you know what? It's slightly disrespectful. I go out and say it. It is disrespectful. It is in Buffalo. The weather won't be beautiful as it is right now down in Miami. It's probably 78, 79 right there in Miami. You saw Mike McDaniel walking around with the "I wish it was colder" t-shirt, which none of that means shit. A lot of Florida boys, and are they going to be cold? Are they going to be this? Are they going to be that? Yes, everybody's going to be cold. Everybody's going to be miserable, including the Buffalo Bills player. But once that ball kicked off, it's going to be football, man. I'm excited about this game. Now, do I believe my Dolphins can pull this one off? Hard to beat the team twice. Our postseason lives are on the line as far as seeding. Tua's been struggling, especially these last couple of weeks against the Chargers, against the 49ers. And now we got another big challenge against the Buffalo Bills. And I think we get it done, man. So this is going to be my upset, probably of the weekend. I picked them the first time against the Bills. I forget what that spread was. Was that 6.5? I can't remember what that spread was a few weeks back when they played. But I'm going my Dolphins on the road in cold, ugly, rainy, sleety, snowy, whatever it's going to be in Buffalo. Give me my Dolphins, obviously plus the 7 points. And I'm going to give them the win straight up, too. Give me that straight up money line win. I think Dolphins, I think Tua gets back on the train. He kind of played himself out of MVP conversation these last couple of weeks, unfortunately. But I like him to get back on track this weekend. Speaking of MVP, Jalen Hurts, man. So Jalen Hurts, love to see it. Love to see it first and foremost. And I also love that Now, everybody on this pod who's been riding with this pod for the last couple of years, they know this. But for the new people, I was on this Jalen Hurts train early, and I see everybody getting on now, right? Everybody, which is cool. You know, he's a young player. This stuff. Everybody had questions coming into this year, looking at this Eagles roster. You traded for AJ Brown. You drafted Devontae Smith. Um, You went got Hassan Reddick. You went got Bradbury. You went traded for CJ GJ on the back end. Like, you got all these pieces and everything looks amazing on paper. But it's like, hey, this quarterback, man, can this quarterback play ball? If he can play ball, it's gonna be a team to reckon with. For me though, even coming into the draft, like Jalen Hurts, yeah, he got benched at Bama, but you know, he was did he win the Natty his freshman year? He's a winner at Bama, didn't have to throw the ball a bunch. Obviously, a big running team. Bama putting running backs and pros in the league, you know, year in, year out. Went did their thing, got benched for Tua. Tua comes in, does his thing. He's an unbelievable player. He goes on to be a top 5 pick. Before that, Hurts sits, plays the backup all year long. Still a great, great teammate. You can tell it from a mile away. You can tell it from his teammates and his coaches when they talk about it. Then he goes to Oklahoma for his senior year, plays in Lincoln Riley's offense, which is obviously a pass-happy offense, an offense where you have to make sophisticated reads in the pass game, and obviously you got to make good throws. And this dude did it on an unbelievable level in college. Threw for 3,800 yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 picks, something like that. And on the ground, ran for another 1,320 touchdowns. Somehow, some way, people are surprised that this is translating into the NFL. A guy who's a coach's son, I believe, has been around great coaches his entire career. How are people so surprised that he is actually going to get into a pro system and continue to develop and get better? So I'm glad that I was on the train early. I'm glad that other people are getting on the train. But what I'm seeing now is a lot of backhanded compliments going towards Jalen Hurts' way. I'm not really a fan of that. Backhanded compliments is what I mean by that is the Eagles. Oh, that's the easiest team to play on. Is it Jalen Hurts or is it the team? This is the greatest, development of a passer that I've seen, all these things. And yes, he has definitely got better. His mechanics got better. Everybody works with quarterback coaches and they have their own quarterback coaches. And surprise, surprise, when you put great weapons around a quarterback, they tend to play better. You give them a running game. You give them a great O-line. Jalen Hurts has a great O-line that keeps him clean. He has great receivers that create separation and catch the ball. Dallas Goedert, he's been designated to come back off IR too as well, the tight end position. And then you got a great defense who's been playing great as well. So when you have all those things working in concert, yes, you're going to have this type of success. But everybody's not walking around here 12-1. And for that reason, best player on the best team right now, I think Jalen Hurts is easily his MVP award right now to lose. Mahomes in that conversation, Joe Burrow's in that conversation. Though it's really three. I think those would be the 3 guys right now I will put into that conversation. But enough about that. I had to go my Jalen Hurts soapbox real quick. What other matchups we got this weekend, Tone? What's the other matchups we got this Saturday? Oh. My Colts. 4-8-1 Colts at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are favored by 4.5 points. They were underdogs last week, playing the Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions handle business, beat them. They have their destiny in their own hands. Jared Goff is playing great football this year. They got their rookie Jameson Williams back in the lineup. He had a splash play last week. Vikings are favored by 4.5 points at home. 10-3 Vikings. I'm going to take the Vikings in this one, unfortunately. I take the Vikings to win. I take the Vikings to cover. They're kind of up and down. On offense, Kirk threw for 400 something last week. Justin Jefferson had 200 something yards and should have had probably damn near 3. They took a 71-yard touchdown, I believe, off the books because they said he stepped out of bounds when he didn't. He's been unbelievable. Offensive Player of the Year would be in the MVP conversation, honestly, if it wasn't a quarterback award. But Justin Jefferson's special, man. He's one of those receivers where obviously he changed the math as far as you got to have 2 guys on him, but then it's like, damn, how do you double him? Because he's been killing bracket double teams. A bracket double team is an inside out. Hey, I got the outside half of them. You got the inside half of them. But the weakness of a bracket is he can split that thing down the middle. He's been able to do that. And then it's the other way you can double team a good receiver is, hey, I'm going to press a guy up in his face and then play kind of like a 2-man, and I have a safety over the top. But then a lot of times what a great receiver like Justin Jefferson does is beats that first guy, stacks him, and now he's kind of on a 2-way go with that safety. So he's got issues. So we got our hands full with 18. I do love what Stephon Gilmore's been doing all year. Gilly Lock has been Gilly Lock for sure, but we struggled. Not defensively. We had a solid defensive efforts, but it's 3-phase game: offense, defense, and special teams, and we have not been doing our thing. Jeff Saturday said he wants to coach full time. So after this season, he's going to go through the interview process, and I'm definitely not going to put this on Jeff Saturday. He was thrown in an impossible situation, and I can't put. Obviously, you're going to take some of the blame when you are the head coach, when you are wearing that hat. But in my opinion, Matt Ryan has stunk it up. The offensive line stunk it up for the majority of the year. Didn't have much of a running game. We got a young receiver room, which I think has played well this year under the tutelage of Reggie Wayne. Defense I spoke on earlier has played good. We traded for Yannick. He's been productive. Stephon Gilmore's been productive. Gus Bradley has had a good defense. So we've definitely had some bright spots, but 4-8-1 not going to get it done. So it would be interesting to see what Jim Irsay does after the season as far as that head coach position. Chris Ballard, does he remain the general manager? Does he leave on his own accord, or does Jim decide to go a different way? We shall see that and how that unfolds as well. But I think the Vikings they're pissed off right now. A lot of people still calling them frauds. Sitting at 10-3 going into week 15, a lot of people are still calling the Vikings frauds because of the whole point differential thing and all that shit. It doesn't really matter to me. You got a first-year GM, a first-year head coach. You're able to win 10 games. Let's say at the end of the season they end up 12-5 or 13-4, some shit like that. I think that's a really solid record. Really solid record for the Vikings. So I think they'll be all right. And unfortunately, I think they get back on track this weekend against my Colts. I think they win, and I think they cover. Next game, what we got? Nine and 4 Ravens at the 5-8 Cleveland Browns. Browns 2.5-point favorites here. Deshaun Watson going into his third start as a Cleveland Browns quarterback. Played a little bit better last week than he did the previous week against the Texans, but still has a lot of things obviously you can clean up after having 700 days away from the football field, which you can expect. Got to get a running game. Got to get the running game back going with Nick Chubb. Defense got to play better. 9 and 4 Ravens. Finding ways to win. Found a way to win last week against their division rival Steelers. Had some issues, quarterback issues, major quarterback issues coming into this practice week. Snoop Huntley got knocked out of the game last week. Lamar Jackson already was out of that game. He's dealing with a knee injury. Hopefully they can get him back sooner than later. I expect Lamar to be back probably next game or the game after that, right? So if they can split those games, go 1-1, or obviously win both of them, that'd be great. They can go 1-1, and let's say Lamar comes back after they're 10-5, and he comes to finish the season. Now Lamar wasn't playing great. The offense wasn't very productive even when Lamar was in there, but 8 has found a way to win games. 8 can be dynamic and play at an MVP level at any point in the game. And this will be the time of the season where, you obviously he'll be coming back off a knee injury, but hopefully they let it heal correctly. And then once he's back out there, he's playing at full Lamar Jackson avatar abilities. And that's always special to watch. Right now, the Browns are favoring this one by 2.5 points. And I'm actually going to Ravens. Is Tyler Huntley get out there and plays, and he practiced yesterday, I believe, and it's going to be obviously a shorter week, but he was in concussion protocol. He practiced yesterday, I believe. So he practiced Wednesday, and then you go out there and practice Thursday, and it's a major need at that quarterback position. For me, all the signs point to Tyler Snoop Huntley playing this game at quarterback. And if he's playing this game at quarterback, I like the Baltimore Ravens to win at the Cleveland Browns this week. So I go Ravens plus 2.5. Ravens win straight up. J.K. Dobbins, slightly concerned with him. He obviously had a great game last week, but he looked a little, didn't look full go. Didn't look full. I mean, obviously he was full go. He was suited up on game day, but didn't look 100%. Didn't look close to 100% out there. But he's, I guess, landing on the line for his teammates. But yeah, divisional game should be a physical one in Cleveland. I wonder how the weather's going to be, but give me the Ravens in this one. Ravens find a way to get it done. Ravens find a way to win. So I think that's the slate. Where did I go? Ravens, Vikings, Dolphins. 2 underdogs and a favorite. I take it. 2 underdogs and a favorite. Nice. Nice. There we go, man. I can't see the comments. I can't see the questions. I can't see anything. Tone, let me know if we got any good hashtag M2M live questions from the internet or from the comment box that I can get to. And then got to do this FanDuel ad read as well from the greatest sports book in the world, the greatest sports book in the land, which is recently legal in Maryland. I believe it'll be legal in January in Ohio. And hopefully you got better luck than I've had this year. What's crazy about it is I'm still in the green this year. With I think I hit three parlays that have me in the green. I'm probably 3 and 38 probably, but those three I swing for the fences, baby. So let me know if you got any good questions, any good comments or concerns. But excited about obviously going into week 15. Then obviously I get to the Thursday night game. I'll wait for AB for that one. Then I'll obviously get his input on the Saturday games as well once he jumps in. Tony, we got any questions? Any good comments from the chat box?
Nothing dropping in just yet, but now we're starting to get some drops. I just asked for a bunch of questions, so I think we're gonna
Let's
start rolling
get
them
it.
in. So I'll start throwing them in.
All right, bet. Appreciate you, Tone. That's the guy behind the scenes, makes it all happen. Tone, you know what I mean? We can't go without Tone. That's that's the guy. It's like a football ops guy. You got you obviously got the team, the GM, the head coach, the owner, the quarterback, the players, equipment trainers, but there's certain people in the building that never get, they're just due. That's Tone. Tone is like the football ops guy who sets everything up behind the scenes. Mateo Bagney. Oh, some F1 news. That Mateo name, for some reason, just made me think about F1. Mick Schumacher, Michael Schumacher's son, one of the most famous F1 Formula One drivers ever. A lot of people will call him the GOAT. Won a ton of championships, won a ton of races. His son, Mick Schumacher, who drove for Haas this past season, lost his seat with Haas. Today it came out that he will be a reserve driver for Mercedes AMG F1 team. So obviously they got Lewis Hamilton, my GOAT, George Russell, young special driver, and then you got Mick Schumacher as the reserve driver, which is dope for him. It's good for him, good for Mercedes, and good for the Schumacher family. But Matteo Bagni, why do you think the Viking secondary sucks so much? I don't think they suck, honestly. They throughout the year they've been good on third down, I believe, and in the red area. But the style of defense that they play, it's not an aggressive style. A lot of too high safeties, a lot of make offenses go the long hard way, as we call it, and then hopefully you create turnovers or you get sacks or you get things that kind of set people back on the drive, and then you pounce on that. But as far as yards per game and giving up yards to receiver, those things are going to happen. But Definitely a lot of room for improvement. Still got some young guys out there. Danzler's young. Bynum is a good player, but he's young. And then you got the vets, Pat P, Harrison Smith. When Harrison Smith gets back out there, he was banged up last week. But I'm not gonna say they suck, man. Ed Donatel is running that too high show, which a lot of teams are this year. Their offense is dynamic. They put up points. They force the other team to score. And they're sitting at 10-3 right now. So something's working. But as the point in the season that we are right now, got to tighten things up on defense. Definitely got to be better. And there's a lot of room for improvement there. The thing about playing the style of defense that they play is it allows the players to make a lot of adjustments within the coverage, right? So yeah, we call whatever we call. We can call the same coverage 10 times in a row through the headset, but it's going to be played 4 or 5 different ways depending on formation, where guys are, what happens alignment wise, formation wise, situational, down the distance wise. The players have the ability to say, hey, lock this or double that, or let's box this or to have that. So it's a lot of adjustments within those coverages, but a lot of room to grow, a lot of room to improve, for sure. But I definitely would not say they suck. 10-3 football team right now, man. A lot of people would love to be 10-3 right now. Mr. Scampers, an ED Butler episode of the pod. I love to jump on the pod with the boys again. It's been a while. It's been a while. And this season, man, this season has been fun for your boy. A lot of moving around. Week 15 right now, so which is crazy how fast it's flown by. I remember, having conversations with the family, like, all right, this is what I'm gonna be doing this upcoming season. A lot of things came together kind of right before the season got here because I wanted to be really intentional on the things that I wanted to do this season. So I wanted to be, in the right places, obviously working with the right people, and then obviously doing things that I love to do. There's a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things, but this is, on Tuesdays now I'm with FanDuel TV. I'm on with Kay every Tuesday, up in Adam's show. Obviously Wednesday and Thursday I'm with Pat and my guys up here in Indy, which is, I'm talking ball with the boys, and I get a chance to dive into the defensive side of things with everything DB, something I've been doing for the last couple of years. But now doing it with obviously a much bigger audience, and a lot of people can tune in and see the value in that. And once again, something I love doing. And then Fridays, I go up to Jersey, and we record the NFL matchup show with Greg Cosell and Sal Palantonio, two legends in the game, been in the TV business and the football business for over 30 years, in different uh, aspects of the game, sideline reporting, being an insider, hosting on television. Greg Cosell actually started NFL Matchup back in 1984 as a producer, and then has been on camera now for the last few years. So being able to work with those legends, being able to work with my guys in here, being able to continue to do my own podcast with AB, the one me and AB started back in July of 2020. Now we over 2 years now, over however many episodes. Appreciate everybody's tuning in too. I think we just cracked 1 million lifetime views, which, some people probably do that in their first month. Some people probably never get to that. Some people probably do it in the first week. But we are grateful for you guys, all the men, women, children that have tuned in and watched in all the different countries and different places. It's been a special journey. So being able to do my pod, being able to do the Pat McAfee show up in Adams, NFL matchup, it's a lot. It looks like a lot, but when I'm enjoying it, baby. You know what I mean? NFL matchup, all X and O's, not a bunch of hot takes, and I don't have to get on TV and say, this is the best player I've seen in 5 years. This is the best team. This is the best. I don't have to do that shit. I just get on here and talk ball and remain true to myself, which is the most important thing in this whole media thing. But appreciate y'all once again, man. It all started here with you guys. I can't see the names in the chat like I usually can, but I know I would recognize a lot of them. And to the new listeners, appreciate you guys as well. John Gasek, hope I got that name right. M2M Live. Next time, use that hashtag M2 Live. M number 2M live. Appreciate you, John. What's the biggest weakness you see in Goff's game? You know what? I'm not gonna talk about weaknesses. Because Jared Goff is playing some damn good football right now. My producer Tone has been a Lions fan for a very long time, and I'm sure just like Evan Foxy here, he is having the time of his life watching these Lions play, led by Dan Campbell. And Jared Goff, he was a castaway, right? Get out of here. He took the Rams to the Super Bowl once. Not good enough to do it again. Let's upgrade at quarterback with Matt Stafford from the Lions. Let's get him. Let's go to the Super Bowl. Let's win this whole thing. Jared Goff, get out of here. For the Lions fans, a lot of fans from the outside looking in, look to Jared Goff as a bridge quarterback. Like, hey, he'll be there for a couple of years. We'll draft the quarterback and we'll move on and go into our greatness as the Lions. And Jared Goff has played good ball. He's played very good ball, especially this last stretch that he's been on. So I'm not going to talk about you can find the weaknesses in any quarterback's game, but I see a lot of strengths in Jared Goff's game. And when he's in rhythm, he can be accurate with the football. He's very accurate with the football. He can get the ball down the field. He can hit intermediate throws. When I see him on third down, where this is where quarterbacks separate themselves and make their money. Third down, red area. He's been dynamic in those situations. A lot of 2-minute situations where he had to make games close, and Jared Goff's been covering spreads. So I like Jared Goff, man. I like the offense around him. I like the weapons that they've acquired around him. Ben Johnson, I feel like, is doing a great job calling the plays, getting Jared Goff in a lot of favorable situations, understanding things pre-snap and getting his team into the right audibles and things along those lines. So shout out to Jared Goff, man. One of those guys that obviously had to bet on himself. No underdog by any stretch of the imagination. He was the number 1 overall pick. Once again, did get to the playoffs a couple of times, did get to a Super Bowl too. A lot of people forget. And now he's been surrounded by some good weapons. I like what the Lions are doing as an organization, and I definitely like what Jared Goff is doing at the quarterback position. So I'm only focusing on positives for Jared Goff. I gave Detroit too much negativity on our draft spectacular show when Jameson Williams got drafted. And I don't regret much when it comes to this whole sports media stuff. When I'm talking sports, when I'm talking ball, I say what's on my mind, I say how I feel. At some point, sometimes it's going to offend people, and sometimes it's going to give a lot of people some hope or more hope. Even sometimes people would say false hope. Like when I picked the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl this year, which I'm still thinking about. Chargers Eagles, that's my Super Bowl matchup. A lot of Chargers fans are like, yes, yes, yes. Oh, I hope it happens, man. Now that I hear from you, I believe it. Believe it. And I believe it. But when I said Jameson Williams going to be sad that he's going to Detroit and he hates it there, I wish I could have that moment back. I don't want to put that on that guy. He may enjoy Detroit and playing in that Honolulu Blue. Shout out to J-Mo. We got another one, man. Who's throwing out who told everybody? Tone, did you tell the people to use this hashtag? Because
That's
I
on
don't know.
me. It's on the bottom of the screen half the time.
Wait, so you told them?
No, I didn't tell him. I
Oh,
said drop the
okay,
question.
okay.
The regular spelling's on the bottom of the screen half the time.
Okay.
But
So yeah,
hey, maybe these are newer fans. So like, hey, let's
maybe.
embrace
Hey,
that. Appreciate y'all.
welcome. We appreciate y'all first and foremost. The hashtag, just so it's easier to keep up with. M, the number 2M live. Use that on Twitter. Today we getting away with the MTM live. But speaking of, but I'm gonna get to this question in 2 seconds. And next week. Is it next week? Next week. So we've been having the same game parlay, this free bet with FanDuel Sportsbook. Well, no sweat bet. I'm sorry. Up to $1,000 on your first bet. You use it, you get your money back if it doesn't hit. Next week, don't tell nobody. But that $1,000, that bet up to $1,000 now, next week is up to 2,500. 2500 for no sweat bet. But that's next week. This week, still $1,000. Use our promo code M2M Live. Well, I'm gonna get to that read later, but I just want to drop that on your radar. Anthony, M2M Live. Did you ever think about going back to play again? good question. It's a good question, Anthony. So I played 9 years as a DB, corner, nickel, safety. Long career as a DB, right? Was blessed to play that long, to play for coaches I played for, to play for the organizations, the Panthers, the Patriots, and the Colts. With the teammates, the relationships, all those things, man. It was literally a dream come true. Like a lot of people, most people don't get a chance to live out the dream that they set to live out at 5 years old, right? That's a very rare occurrence. You go into, if I went into a fourth grade classroom right now and I ask all the boys in the classroom, well, boys and girls, what they wanted to be when they grew up. Majority of the boys are gonna say, "Hey, I want to go to the NFL. I want to go to the NBA." At least when I was growing up, like that was the dream. And then actually being able to, live that out. And obviously, there's a lot of things along the way. A lot of, little league ball, high school ball, college ball, going pro. And then every time you took a step up, shit got way harder. You had to make, way more sacrifices, whether it be physically, whether it be family, whether it be whatever, to get to not only survive and thrive on that level that you're on, but then you got to have a game plan to get to that next level. And then once you get there, you starting from scratch once again. And it was a journey. It was a journey that you had to stay locked in for, almost on like an hour by hour basis. It was a next play mentality. It was, you almost programmed that way. And I did that fortunately for, a long, long time up until I was 32 years old. And then in 2017, it was a lot of other things that kind of, obviously it's always a lot of other things when you get into pro ball. It becomes much more, political and a lot more relationships, and obviously it's about producing on the field, but it's a lot more that goes into it as well. And then 2017, we had a lot of the off the field stuff going on with the president that was in office at the time, and then what was going on in the field. And I was outspoken about a lot of, the social justice issues and the protests and everything that was going on, to the point where, I was in town hall meetings and talking with, front office people all the time and different owners from different teams, and just having a lot of different things. And it made me see things and see people and see a lot of things just differently. And at that point in time, my contract was up as well with the Colts. And it had some opportunities to go some other places. But I just told my agent, like, it's got to be the perfect situation, the perfect spot right now. Because I'm kind of, even going into my last game, my ninth year, literally pulling up to the stadium for the first time, I was thinking, yo, hey, okay, you might be running for office or something right now,
Hey
man.
man, try and get right, man.
Yeah, I mean, Governor Bethea over there, man. Welcome to the show. This beautiful Thursday, December 15th on the pod. I'm gonna finish answering this question, but welcome AB to the show, man. Everything going good?
Man, everything good, man. Just trying to inspire the youth. You know what I'm saying? You know how I go.
Got to, man. Doing your part. Doing your
Yeah,
part at per usual.
that's it.
Uh yeah, man. But the question, to everything about going back and playing. But yeah, so after, going to that locker room, that last game 2017, I kind of went in with the mindset of, this kind of feels like this may be the last one. And then going into that off season, continue to work out, stay on the same schedule. Just told my agent, if the perfect situation comes up that, checks these boxes, let's do it. If those boxes aren't checked, don't even let me know about the opportunity, because once I kind of flip that switch, I want to flip that switch. So and it's been a blessing. I've been enjoying this ride after football. Obviously, you have some tough patches, or had some tough patches, I would say, where you start to definitely miss the game. Some of your friends still playing or coaching and get around playoff time, different things like that. But at this point in the game, especially, maybe in the previous couple of years, you think about it here and there. But at this point in the game, those thoughts of going back, or even a year ago, are gone by the wayside. But appreciate that question and appreciate you jumping on the pod. I'm going to assume you're new to the pod, so welcome. And then obviously going forward, that hashtag is M2M live. But welcome. The other half of the pod, Antoine Bethea, has joined the show, man. What's good?
Man, chilling, man. Down here in Atlanta, man. You know the Celebration Bowl this weekend. So
Mm-hmm.
we had a panel this morning, NFL football, NFL career and football forum. So was able to talk with Jackson State, the guys from Jackson State and North Carolina Central, man. So it was dope.
That's what's up, man. So the game is this Saturday, I'm assuming?
Yeah, this Saturday, the Celebration Bowl.
Okay.
In the Celebration Bowl for the people that don't know, it's the champs from the MEAC versus the champs in the SWAC division. They go head to head. So
Oh, so did you make any appearances in the Celebration Bowl?
Celebration Bowl was not there. Was not
Okay.
It was not happening when I was in school. So no, I did not.
Gotcha. Now I want to Jackson State. This will obviously everybody knows at this point. This is going to be Coach Prime, Coach Dion's last game coaching at Jackson State University. Um, he announced. I saw a video on his Instagram a couple of days ago where he announced the next head coach, the 22nd head coach in Jackson State program history, TC Taylor.
Yeah,
Just got announced the head coach. And did you get a chance to see that video?
I did, man.
Yeah.
That was powerful, man. Just the
Facts.
way
Facts.
the way that the players reacted, not
Mm-hmm.
only the players, but then even the other coaches reacted to him being announced as the official head coach after Coach Prime leaves, man. So it was a beautiful thing, man. It seemed like it was a good hire. Obviously, we got to see what's going to happen, next year.
Just sent you the
Um,
video, Tom, for that.
but nah, man, I did see that video, man, and that was powerful. And then even with Coach, just speaking on how his faith and his family's been behind him through his entire process, and
Yeah.
that,
Facts.
that was good stuff.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. And you see, those are the a lot of those locker room moments, you miss, whether it be you in a college locker room and somebody gets a scholarship, and they've been a walk on for the last 3 years, just grinding, doing a lot of shit that you don't have to do as a scholarship player. Scout team, maybe they've worked their way up to actually getting reps on the field, and then you see, however the coaches do it, different coaches had different ways of doing it. Sometimes it was somebody mom Skyping in and telling them so just different. You see all those emotions from the players that all behind the scenes have seen this person grind and know that they deserve that opportunity. So that was awesome to see. TC Taylor get that opportunity. They set it up where you thought another coach was going to be walking in. That's how it happens a lot of times. Somebody else gets plucked from another school and they
Yeah,
come and gave the lead, and it's like, all right, we got this culture that we've set for the last 2-3 years, and now this new person, we got to hope that they're on the same page or we can vibe on their page. So that was dope to see, man, and it'll be dope to see the Celebration Bowl this weekend as well. Speaking of this weekend, we got 3 games on Saturday, and we obviously got to we got to get your opinion on the game tonight as well. Thursday night football, Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers. But shoot, Tone, let's throw up some of these Saturday games, man, to get AB's pick. Y'all got my picks. I went with
oh, don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell
Okay,
me, don't
okay,
tell me.
okay, okay.
Tell me,
I
don't
ain't
tell me,
telling. I ain't telling. So, you
don't
know where
tell
I
me.
went on this one.
Well, I don't know. Dolphins at Buffalo. I'm going with the Bills here. Um, I'm going Buffalo money line and against the spread.
7 points. Ooh, so you got the Bills to win, Bills to cover.
Yes, I do.
Oh, at home should be a ugly weather game in Western New York that nobody enjoys playing in. But once that ball is kicked off, you're gonna play ball. And once again, I like my Dolphins to get back on track, beat Buffalo for the second time this year. So obviously that's Miami plus the 7 points, and then that's Miami winning straight up the 8-5 Miami Dolphins. Next game, we have it's the Colts, our 4-8-1 Colts at the 10-3 Minnesota Vikings. Vikings favored by 4.5 points. Which way you going on this one, AB?
Coming off a bye week, can our Colts go into Minnesota?
That's a great question.
Can they go into Minnesota? Minnesota coming off this loss against Detroit.
4.5 point favorites.
I'm going Colts here.
Going
I'm
Colts?
yeah, I'm going Colts.
You going Colts to win?
I'm going Colts to win. I'm going Colts here, man. I'm going Colts here.
Y'all heard it, man. He's going Colts across the board. Colts money line, obviously Colts plus 4.5. My guy's betting with his heart, but I respect it. That's the 4-8-1 Colts. He AB saying they're going into Minnesota and they're gonna beat 10-3 Vikings.
Yeah,
Vikings saw
man.
him take an L last week to the Lions. But all right, you heard it. You heard
Yeah.
it.
I think the Colts, man, coming off a bye week, watching that game last week as far as, with the Vikings and the Detroit Lions, man. I still think the Vikings are a contender, but if the Colts really, study that film,
Mm-hmm.
they can take some of these things into this week's game. So I'm gonna go Colts, man. I'm gonna go Colts.
We're going Colts, and then the last one we got this weekend, 9-4 Ravens at the 5-8 Cleveland Browns. The 5-8 Cleveland Browns are favored by 2.5 points at home. Snoop Huntley practiced yesterday. Tyler Huntley, the quarterback, obviously backup quarterback in Baltimore, he practiced yesterday, so expect him to play on a short week. But Ravens at Browns. Which way you going on this, maybe?
I'm going Ravens here, man. Ravens, they just find ways to win. Deshaun Watson, this will be his third game. Obviously, we expected some rust, him not playing, for extended period of time. But the
Mm-hmm.
Ravens, man, they just find ways to win, regardless of who's playing, who's not playing. And that just kind of shows, what type of culture, what type of team that they do have over there, man. So I'm going Ravens here. Money line gets the spread.
Money line against the spread. So you went Ravens, Colts, Bills, and I
Yeah.
went Dolphins, Vikings. Dolphins, Vikings. I went Ravens too, right? Yeah, I went Ravens too. So I got Ravens plus 2.5. And I got Ravens winning straight up as well. So, good picks, man. So those are our Saturday picks. And now we got Thursday night football tonight. Seattle Seahawks.
Mm.
Or is it San Francisco 49ers at
At
the Seattle
Seattle.
Seahawks? Yeah, there we go. 9-4. San Francisco 49ers. What have they won? 6 in a row now?
Yeah.
Sheesh, 6 in a row. 9-4. Obviously, Brock Purdy will be going third game in a row at quarterback action, but this will be his second start at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks 7-6. Kind of fell off a little bit. 49ers favored by 3 points on the road in this one. I expect this to be a good game,
It
actually.
w- it will be divisional matchup. That 12th man. I know that 12th man is going to be ready out there in Seattle, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like 49ers they will take the show on the road. Obviously, out Debo without Debo Samuel, but again, the 49ers team is a better team, well-oiled machine. That defense is clicking on all cylinders. You still got some weapons on that offensive side of the ball for the 49ers, George Kittle,
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey, Brandon, IU, so I'm going to go with the 49ers here. I got 49ers winning money line, and I have them covering the spread.
Seahawks coming off an ugly loss, a tough loss against the Panthers last week. But I really I always go these damn quarterbacks, man.
Man, you ain't learned yet.
I ain't learned yet, man.
You ain't learned
G-
yet.
Geno Smith, man. I love me some Geno Smith, man. He got some
Geno
good.
Smith going against that 49er defense. Now,
He is
are you are you are you okay
best
with
defense in
that?
the league.
Are you
Be-
okay with that matchup?
Best defense in the league, hands down. And all the important numbers, they are one across the board. D'Amico Ryans has this defense playing incredible. And as you always say, a lot of vets will say, especially going on the road, December football, pack a run game, pack a defense. And the 49ers they always got that in their backpack. So definitely gonna be a tough out for these Seahawks, man. But damn. You know what? I ain't gonna overthink. I'm gonna go
Hey,
Niners on this one too. I'm gonna go
hey,
Niners on this one too,
I say don't
man.
don't overthink it, D. But like,
I
hey,
need win. I need wins, man. I had it was ugly for your boy last week, especially against the spread. So I gotta start off. I gotta start off decent. So give me the Niners tonight too, man. Niners win. Niners cover, but man, man, I don't feel great about it because the thing about this 49ers defense, great defense, great defense. There are some opportunities to make play, which there are always opportunities to
Right.
make plays. You got to take advantage of them. You got to hit them. And the Seahawks, they have the weapons to hit them. Tyler Lockett, he seemed like he's getting in the end zone damn near every week. DK Metcalf, same thing. He's obviously a weapon. And then Goodwin is kind of finding his stride as
Yes.
well, being that third option at the receiver. And then
With all that being said,
they get their young running back
with all that being said,
tonight. What's that?
I mean, you make valid points, D. But they do have weapons. As we know, it's always plays to be made out there, right? So, as a defense, are we going to limit those explosive plays? Are we going to stop the run game? I think that's where you start at. Limit the run game. You said a young boy's back. He's been toting that rock this year.
Yeah.
And can we
Kenneth
limit?
Walker.
Yeah, and can we limit the explosive plays? Speaking as a defender, right? And for the Seattle Seahawks, the offense, you got to stay ahead of the chains and control the line of scrimmage. So
yeah,
it's gonna be one of them matchups.
I expect a good one tonight.
I feel like you trying to talk yourself into saying that picking the Seattle Seahawks.
I really am. I really am, AB. I really am. I'm really thinking about picking these Seahawks. My dumbass picked against the Niners last week against the Bucks, and they blew that shit out of water. So they and you have convinced me to just stick with. And that guy right there, Nick Bosa, he's going to be matched up with a rookie tackle. I think both of these tackles are rookies, actually. So, yeah, give me the Niners. I'm not going to talk myself out of this one, buddy.
Yeah.
Not going to talk myself out of this one, buddy. And I'm not going to talk y'all out of tapping into this no sweat bet. And AB missed it. But next week, this no sweat bet is actually going up to 2,500. On the first bet that you'll be able to get back if you don't hit. But for right now, it's still at $1,000. Football season obviously is fully underway. We're going to week 15 tonight. But right now, new customers get a no sweat bet up to $1,000. That's a free bet back if your first bet doesn't hit. Just sign up with the promo code. This is important, guys. The number 2. M live, not MTM live, M2M live. Use that promo code. I've talked about it earlier, but I'm a big same game parlay type better. They got same game parlay pluses, so you can go and say, hey, this guy's going to score in this game, and then this quarterback is going to throw for 225 yards, and then this running back is going to run for 60 plus yards, and then whatever else is going to happen. So the same game parlay pluses, same game parlays. Obviously, you can just bet straight up against the spread. A money line, you can do whatever you want with these bets, and up to $1,000 once again, no sweat bets. Obviously, this is a safe, secure, and a super easy way to bet. You get your money fast, you get your money safely on the FanDuel Sports Book. Anything else to add today, B?
Nah, man, you hit it out the park, man. I know another thing that you could do. Be on the lookout for these cheat sheets. These cheat sheets that we put out for y'all, man. Money line against the spread. So, like D-Bud just said, those are some ways that you can bet against the money line, against the spread. And I'm always tap into my man's D-Bud's same game parlay.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, so do that once again. Up to $1,000. Get your money back if it doesn't hit. No sweat bet. Tone, can you throw that disclaimer up real quick on the screen? And then we'll just add the other one on the back end for the audio version. But that's the disclaimer. Don't be out here betting the church's money, man. Don't bet your kids' lunch money, your rent money, Santa Claus money. Don't think, I'm gonna go out here and hit 10 same game parlays and get these kids these Christmas gifts. Get your kids Christmas gift first.
Please don't
get your wife what she asks for, your girl, your husband, your boyfriend. Take care of that, handle that business. And then, use a little trick bag money on Sunday, Saturday, Monday, whatever it is, and see if you can flip something, man. But appreciate the FanDuel Sportsbook, obviously, for what they do for the pod. Been rocking with them all year.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna tell you use my cheat sheet right now. Use AB's. All right, look over there looking like a governor, senator, president. Say he knows something, obviously. So
it'll be out Saturday afternoon. We'll have it ready for you.
Yep, and you already got 4 right now. We already picked our 3 Saturday games, and then we picked tonight's game as well. What's that pin right there? That star. What's that? That gold star.
Man, it's just just a little something, a little suit decoration. That's it.
All right. I thought it had a little meaning or something, man. But appreciate y'all for rocking. As always, another Thursday. We're going to kick off week 15 tonight. And like I said, y'all go check out Avatar too. What's up, man? The man that meant the legend.
How are you, man? Hey, bullshit. You didn't get in the fucking Hall of Fame, dude. Okay, I had no say in that Hall of Fame ever, but I want to let you know it's bullshit you didn't get in there. And you should have seen D-Bud posted up in Pandora last night in Avatar. Fucking hilarious. You look good. We need to see you soon, AB.
Hey, I'm coming to the Thunderdome, man. When can I come?
He said he coming to the Thunderdome. Let him know when.
Whenever.
Say less.
Whenever. Yeah, so, hey, it's going to be a man-to-man collab out here in the Thunderdome real soon, man. Make sure y'all tap in. And once again, appreciate everybody that tapped in today and all year. And like I mentioned earlier, AB, the cracking that threshold, breaking that threshold, 1 million views. And obviously that happens at different times for different people. For some people, it never happens. I just told the people how grateful and thankful we are from them, especially ones that have been rocking from day one. But I'm sure you share those same sentiments.
Nah, no doubt. Like D-Bud said, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. It's been a great ride. As I always tell Tone and D-Bud, man, it's a slow grind. It's a slow grind. So as D-Bud said, man, for the ones that's been rocking with us from day one, thank you. We appreciate you. For the newbies, hey, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love that y'all show us. So again, man, it's more to come on the other side. So
yes, sir.
It's love.
It's love, man. This is our week 15 now. Well, week 14 in the books. Week 15 kicks off tonight. We'll see y'all Saturday for our pick show, obviously, and then Monday for our next installment of It Is What It Is Mondays. And I'm sure we'll have a lot more conclusions we'll come to after this week. Sure, some teams will be eliminated. Some teams will probably separate themselves a little more. Do we reopen the MVP conversation depending on what happened this weekend? We shall see, man. But we'll see y'all on Saturday and then Monday, man. Appreciate y'all. We are out.
Peace.
Plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable free bet as it expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. That's in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342-NAZ. 1-888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. Visit ksgamblinghelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. And then 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369 in New York. Tennessee, red line. All right, 1-800-889-9789 in Tennessee. 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming. Or visit www.1800gambler.net in West Virginia.